that a pet allergist did treated me better than a regular allergist ever could.
Well, sure, I understand that. They have a nice calming demeanor, and you do get
Wait a
extremely
minute,
anxious
I
at
think we're
doctors.
on.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, we did it again.
We did it
Hey,
again, us
ah,
sillies.
it's so wonderful to see you guys. Welcome to Brighter.
Welcome to the salon.
That's Shalom. I am Robin.
And I am Mickey.
And
Right.
You are you and you are enough. Let's just say that right off the bat.
Yes.
I hope you cherish yourself because we cherish you.
Yes, we do. We do. We cherish each and every one of you that we cannot see. We know you're there. And
we do see you. Like I see you. We mean that in the kind of
Right.
Oprah way. Like I see you.
I see you, but I can't see you.
I don't know what you look like.
You know, truthfully, if you didn't exist, I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't even know.
But maybe I would feel it on some level.
I don't know.
Maybe. Ted Nugent says, good to see you, Mickey and Robin. It's great to see you, Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent, it's great to see you too.
Puppin People says, Mickey, radiant as always. Puppin People, you are radiant, my friend.
Well, speaking of which, Mickey, let's see some of that fabulous jewelry that you have.
The jewelry I found on the street, yes. So this is crazy, but you know, in these quarantine times, people just leave their goods on the street and just to be collected. And so I got lucky enough to find a snake coiled bracelet and this wooden bracelet and some, I mean, I just put everything that I found on. There's more down below that you can't see.
Oh, and is it true that you've been itching a lot since you put this stuff on?
Yes.
That means it's working.
I feel the change, the shift in energy,
right.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, if you're just joining us for the first time, every week we assemble, we check in on the people in our apartment building. We live in an artist residence under 4 different overpasses somewhere in Los Angeles.
Very lucky.
What's that?
Oh, I said very lucky.
Very lucky.
It's the only building in LA County to have 4 overpasses.
That's right. That's right. And it's an architectural miracle, is what it is.
Well, they've wanted to just bulldoze it for several years, on and off. We've gotten those notices, but again, it's charmed.
Yeah, they were going to bulldoze it, but then they said, you know what? It's not even worth the gas for the bulldozer.
That's correct.
So we made lemonade out of that, and we said, let's stay here. Let's do a show and check in with our friends.
That's right. Every week we check in on the tenants in the building, and we make lemonade. Shars.
And every week we also raise awareness about a different subject. This week, again, of course, it's all related to the Black Lives Matter movement. Please go to our website to see some of these resources and ways that you can get involved. We'll just leave it at that. I think everybody kind of knows that things are really fucked up right now.
Really shitty.
Really shitty. I mean, just incredibly shitty, which is why it's so fun to do these shows. To check in and
and see some real artists at work. That's just, it can bring just a little bit of light into a dark place.
May I say something?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank me also.
Well, speaking of you, we often start the show with a quiz, and I thought I'd do a special quiz this week just for you, Mickey. You love scarves, right?
I do.
And in fact, one of the reasons that we consciously uncoupled is you got your scarves out of storage, and there was no more room for me in the apartment, so I had to leave and move into the basement here.
Yes.
So I have a special quiz designed just for you.
Okay.
Who are 2 of the most famous people who wear scarves?
Oh, this is fun. In pop culture too. I've got to say Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
And I want to say Boy George. Does that count?
No, he wears the weird hat.
Oh, that's right.
Lenny Kravitz also wears gross scarves, but that's not who I'm thinking of. I'm also thinking of Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Oh, yes, he does love a scarf.
So inspired by that, I have a quiz that's called Stevie Nicks or Steven Tyler.
Ooh.
Isn't that exciting?
So now I have to guess. You'll say something.
Yes. Which of these facts is about Stevie Nicks
or Steven Tyler? Oh, this is very fun. I'm a little nervous. You know, I don't test well.
Oh, well, that's all right.
but let's try it.
Yeah. Okay. And I think there's some images up there. It really doesn't matter. Okay. So let's start off here.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what. Oh, whose nickname is the Demon of Screamin'? Is it Steven Tyler for his vocal style or Stevie Nicks for her orgasms?
Oh, wow. The demon screamer.
The Demon of Screamin'.
Gotta be Stevie Nicks orgasms.
No.
Oh,
it's Steven Tyler.
Wow. Well, you know, she's famous for her, right, but she is famous for her loud
Mm.
orgasms.
Yes. Also, both of them are famous for their giant lips.
Yes.
Okay. Let's next here. Who had a notorious cocaine habit in the 70s and 80s? Was it Stevie Nicks or Steven Tyler?
I'm gonna go. I want to say, is both an option?
It is.
Can I say both?
You can. I was gonna say a trick question. It's both. It's
both. Yes. I'm doing quite well.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Which of these artists has a law named after them?
Oh, the Stevie Nicks law or the Steven Tyler law? Named after them.
Named after them. Inspired by them and named after them.
I'm going to guess that Steven Tyler did something illegal and people made a law based on that. So I'm going to say Steven Tyler.
Oh, for being a creep.
Yes.
Close. You're half right. It's the Steven Tyler Act was passed by the Hawaii legislature. I didn't write down what year it was, but passed by the Hawaii legislature. And what it does is allow celebrities to sue paparazzi for invading their privacy.
Wow. So Steven Tyler was on a nice, relaxing luau vacation.
He was with his underage bride in Hawaii. And
some paparazzo wanted to capture the moment, the creepiness.
Yes. Actually, you know, this isn't on the quiz, but this is just a bonus. Did you know Steven Tyler, when he was 27, he was dating a girl that was 16, and he legally adopted this girl from her parents so that she could go on tour with him.
Well, now that is sexy.
Yeah.
Very sexy.
Got a gun. Now she's on the run. Okay, we have one more.
On the run on tour, so that's he can. Right. Yes.
Speaking of cocaine, who is rumored to have had cocaine blown into their butthole as a way to preserve their vocal cord and nasal passages?
Got to be Stevie Nicks, because she is a true artist.
It's Stevie Nicks.
She's a true artist.
She would have, I assume, a lover of some sort blow a puff of cocaine into her anus, and it would it absorbs it quicker or something like that, and then she has a perfect vocal.
She has the voice of a demon angel. You know,
she really does.
Yes.
Let's see.
And Ted Nugent says that's a real landslide. Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
That's what her orgasms are too. Okay. Let's see. Oh, now this is just a fun fact.
Ooh, I love fun and I love facts.
This is a tough one. One of these people was born on March 26, 1948, and one of these people was born on May 26, 1948. Whom was whom? I don't know which.
All right, I know. I'm thinking astrologically, and I'm going to say that Stevie Nicks is more of a Taurus. So I'm going to say she is. No, that would be Aries. Neither is a Taurus. I'm going to go Stevie Nicks is March. And Steven Tyler is May. I'm wrong. I can tell by your
very
face.
Wrong. Yes, I'm disapproving of you. But isn't that weird that they're both born on the 26th of the same year?
It is.
That's gotta mean something.
Unusual. If they had children together, why? It could blow up. We don't know whether this would be.
I wonder. I wonder if they met. First of all, you'd think there'd be a lot of side eye about, oh, you're doing the scarf thing? Well, I was doing the scarf thing way before you.
Yes.
But then on top of that, astrologically, if there would be some sort of, actually that's a good rule. Let's hear about from our viewers on our chat. Who would there of an existing celebrity? Who would be the child of Stevie Nicks and Steven Tyler? You can't say Liv Tyler because she's Steven Tyler's.
She's legitimately his child. Well, I don't know if she's legit actually, but she is his child.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who would that be?
Kirk Cameron.
I'm gonna go back to Boy George. I just feel like that's the right thing.
Yeah. Oh, back to Boy George. Well, we'll let that simmer for a second.
Let that simmer. Think about it. Think about it. Who would that be?
Anyway, I think I'm very excited about this show this week.
I am too. Robin, let me say what a wonderful job you've done putting together that quiz. It was thorough and it was special and it was very fun and educational.
Right?
And so I thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And you did wonderfully.
Thank you very much. I think I got most of them wrong, but I feel good. And that's the sign of a good quiz.
Yes. You're like, if I was on Wait, Don't Tell Me, I'd get every single one of those wrong, but I'd have a good time.
You'd have a great time. And people would have fun laughing at you, but you would not do well. Yes.
That's right. I'm a bit of a Mo Rocca head myself. So that's why I tune in every week.
Yes, you are.
Oh, Iceland says Shia LaBeouf would be the love child of Stevie Nicks and Steven Tyler.
I could see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think of somebody who's got gaunt features, but is also like kind of maybe a modern day, a contemporary Johnny Depp.
Yes.
He's kind of a scarf guy and a cocaine
guy. He is a
guy.
Scarf guy. Tim Burton, yes, kind of, yes.
I'm sure he's had cocaine blown up his butt.
Oh, in every orifice he's had that cocaine.
Yeah.
Someone said it would be an albino Adam Levine.
That's a really good
one. Very good, Ted Nugent. Very good. Yes. Yes.
That is really good. Well, let's keep those coming.
Yes, that's fun. That's a fun.
So what do you think? I mean, should we just dive into the show?
Yes. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just excited.
Great. Wonderful. Me too. You know, I'm excited about this first guest because we are all really bummed. And this seems like someone who likes to have a lot of fun and keep things upbeat. She's a camp counselor.
Oh, fun.
I'm lucky to have her. Please welcome Denise Patterson.
Denise.
Pitter patter of your clapping hands.
And the son of Denise.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? It's so great to see you.
It's good to see you guys too. How are you guys doing?
We're hanging in there,
Right. And I was just saying it's so nice to have you on because you're so upbeat. You're a camp counselor.
Yes.
And everybody needs one of those in their lives.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. So I understand that you've been you have a special sort of your training as a counselor kind of helps you get through the quarantine in a unique way. Is that right?
Yes. It helps me bring the outdoors indoors, if you will.
Oh, that's so. And you don't just mean
dangerous?
Yeah.
Oh no, not at all. And the way that I do it is that I just like to bring rocks into my home. All right.
Oh.
See, I was picturing like a tsunami inside or something.
Maybe inside of this guy.
What is that? Is that an Alexa?
This is a rock tumbler. All right.
Oh.
Okay.
Rocks in there, and they've been tumbling away, going from this rough and jaggedness, if you will.
Okay, I will.
To something smoother.
Wait,
hold on.
Get the shit out of here. Are you telling me that that's like kind of a before and after situation?
Yep. Before, after.
Now, the before looks like toffee or some sort of goop.
Yes.
Ooh, well, nope, not toffee.
No, and it's hard.
It's very hard. It is a rock.
Okay, and so is that rock tumbler? Do you just shake it by hand?
Oh no, it goes on a motor situation that helps it spin.
Oh, I'll be honest. I thought you just put some rocks in an ashtray and shook them up and called it a rock tumbler.
I bet you that's how it started. I need to do my research and find out.
Now, let me tell you, when I heard rock tumbler, I thought it meant you would be doing gymnastics on rocks.
Oh man, I wish. Man,
yes.
If I can get back into those outdoors, I'll be tumbling all over them rocks.
I bet.
I thought it was your band's webpage. Think about it. Wait for it.
Excellent.
How long have you been a counselor?
I've been a counselor for 10 years.
Okay, and did you start out as the camper?
I did. I started out as a camper at Camp Wadanut and worked my way up into being a counselor there.
What's it called? Camp what?
Camp Wadanut.
What a nut?
What a nut.
Huh.
All
Camp
right.
Wadanut in Evergreen, Colorado.
Oh, okay. That's and I've noticed that people, I didn't go to camp myself, but I've noticed that people that go to camp really are ape shit about it. I mean, it's like such a huge thing in their life.
Yeah, there's nothing like connecting with nature. There's nothing like it at all. And when you feel like you're getting connected with nature, let me tell you, you'll never want to come back inside.
Tell me about it.
So take us through this rock tumbling, would you?
Yeah.
Oh.
We got to dump out the water.
Where is the water coming from? You put water in there, or do they come with water?
Does it come out of the rocks?
I put water inside with a little bit of gritty sand. You could probably see it's like muddy looking in there.
Yes, probably good for your face.
I gotta try that. Got some ASMR for you.
Oh yeah, ooh, that's like 7-Up on the brain.
Let's rinse these. So now they're like muddy looking. We're gonna put some water over them and see what we got going on.
And how long were those in the tumbler?
These have been in the tumbler for about 7 days.
And they're just going the whole time?
We're just going the whole time. It's nice, relaxing. You feel yourself connected. It's like being next to the ocean, if you will.
Yes, I will. I mean, has anyone ever made a precious stone out of this kind of thing? Is that how diamonds are made?
Well, diamonds are made from pressure, from heat and pressure. These are, however, these geodes.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
I would wear the crap out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me make you a piece of jewelry because I can.
Wow.
I bet you can do anything.
Denise, are you one of those turquoise weirdos?
You call us weird.
I call them like I see them. I'm just saying I've never met anybody that's just a little bit into turquoise.
We're not in Santa Fe, Robin.
I'm not a little bit. I'm a little bit into rocks in general. All rocks.
Yes.
All rocks.
Metamorphosis rock, igneous rock. Send it my way.
Yeah.
Wow. And what started your fascination with these things?
Well, I just always thought they were cool looking at first as a kid, and I think after collecting them for a while, learning about them, then they just kind of wiggle their way inside of your heart. Check this guy out.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
What's that one called?
This one?
Smushy.
We'll name him Smushy. I'm not 100% exactly what this is, but you can tell it has some quartz inside of there. And it looks like it was a few rocks that have been pressured together.
Right, it does. It looks kind of smooshed, like a few things.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Agate, perhaps? An agate?
Oh.
I used to be a bit of a crystal collector myself.
Oh, yes.
I would wear them in a large satchel around my neck.
That's right.
It's very heavy. It actually gave me a lot of neck pain. And
it gave me, you used to
from
bash my face when we made love.
That's right. Sorry, for another time. For another time.
Yes.
Hey, do you live your best life?
Oh, yes, we did. Many people.
Like this one's new for me. Look at the pink that's inside of there. Ooh,
is it blue in there? Beautiful.
Now, what do you do? What do you do with these rocks once they're tumbled?
Once they're tumbled, I put them in a jar and I look at them.
Oh, so have you ever thought about monetizing? People like me would buy them in a heartbeat if you said they were good for something.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure people make a lot of jewelry out of them, but once I've tumbled them and brought them into my home, they become mine.
Oh, wow. Where are you collecting these rocks these days, though?
Oh, well, when we could go outside, I would just head right on up to Big Bear, walk around for a while and just collect away. So I have a few of these lying around that I can just tumble until we get out of this little predicament we're in. Hopefully you're sort
of like a doomsday prepper, but for rocks.
For rocks. I'll never be alone.
Oh, that's great.
That's wonderful.
I have a question about camp. Did you guys ever do the spirit stick thing? Like where, things, like there's like the spirit competitions, and you have like a big flag day. I don't know what it's called, but I've heard about.
We definitely did a field day. Oh man, that's my favorite day of the year. You get your campers together, you put together your boat out of canned cokes or whatever, you tape it all together, you race it down Big Creek, and you see who wins.
Wow. We had comments.
Yeah. Do any of these crystals hold healing properties? I think we're all wondering that.
Well, what I do know is that rose quartz is good for your heart. All right. It promotes love. It promotes giving of love, or putting out of love. All right. That's what your rose quartz is.
Also good for kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that way you don't have to pass those buddies.
Right.
Yeah.
And anything green is for courage. That I know. Any sort of green is for courage. And
you would think it would be for jealousy.
Right.
You would think. But really, you're channeling that and saying, hey, I'm not jealous of you. I believe in myself.
That's great.
Beautiful. And you know what? Iceland also wants to know what the biggest rock you've ever tumbled is.
Oh, well, the biggest rock I've ever tumbled is honestly right in here. This one right here is the biggest rock I've ever tumbled.
It is large.
Did you tumble that one on its own, or were there other rocks in there?
No, these all came together.
Do you have to tumble them with rocks so that they create that friction?
Yes, rocks and a sanding grit as well.
That sounded like I knew something, didn't it?
Yeah.
I just wanted to, before we let you go, because I don't want to, can you camp counselor us for a moment? You know what I mean? Just like get us psyched to do some activity that we probably might not want to do.
I got a scenario for you. Let's say I'm moping on the side and under a tree. Okay, and you come up, and I say, I don't want to do any noodle art today. My parents are getting a divorce.
Oh.
Well, Rob, I'm so sad to hear that. We all go through struggles, don't we? Why don't you give me a hey?
A what?
Why don't you give me a hey? Give me a hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Give me a oh. Give me a
That's great.
Oh,
that's great. My mom's domineering anyway. This is going to be fun. That's really good.
Wow, you're really good at that.
Now, here's my other question. You had such a great camp persona. I see kids could love this. Does it ever get old to adults when you bring this into the adult world?
Oh, yeah. I do have a hard time having conversations with adults. Yeah. They really want to get deep. They want to get deep.
And talk about depressing things. That's something I've noticed about camp counselor people is they're great with kids, but they're almost like Ren Fair people or Grateful Dead people, where the outside world just kind of crushes them a little bit.
It's very, I mean, yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm being pressed into a diamond right now. I need to be outside in the wilderness, climbing trees, running around, just being free.
Yeah.
Until that time.
Oh, I seem to have sent you down a rabbit hole. Sorry.
Robin,
this will cheer you up. Is it true that at camps that the boys and girls get into some like make-out sessions and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, you must have been to one of our little spring dances.
I got kicked out, yeah.
Oh, we got to keep our eyes out because they like to sneak off and get into a little bit of mischief, but not on my watch. Not on my watch.
But the counselors have to hook up too, don't they?
Oh, absolutely, we do. But not when the kids are around.
Of course.
No.
Of course.
Yeah, we wait till they go to sleep, right?
And then
9 o'clock, once those lights go turned out,
then it's a different kind of rock tumbling.
It's a different type of rock tumbling, let me tell you.
Okay.
To make out rich for anything.
Make out rich. Wow.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
Well, Denise, thank you so much for that insight. And I wish you luck in the real world when you have to go back into it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You guys.
Thank you for joining us, Denise. We'll see you around the building.
See you around.
See you around. Give me a hey.
Hey.
All right.
Oh, she's fun, but that must be a hard life.
That's got to be a tough go of it.
Tough go.
Could you imagine dating her?
No. And usually, that comes right too, but
Yeah.
I tend to be better with a more brooding type. Well, listen, this next guest, we're excited because he happens to be very important in our lives.
In our lives, yes. He's helped us individually and as a couple and as an ex-couple.
Yes, and we're really succeeding at being the ex-couple that we are. But please welcome Guru Randy.
Guru Randy.
Guru Randy. I always have trouble with that.
Guru Randy. It's a tough.
Guru Randy.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Guru Randy.
Got chills. So good to see him.
Hi, Guru Randy.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hello, Guru.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. How's the stage picture?
Beautiful. I can just smell those candles.
Oh, is that what they are?
Patchouli, incense. I know exactly what it smells like.
Are you sitting on a toilet right now? I can't tell where you are.
I'm in my bathroom right now.
Oh.
My roommate's watching a movie in the other room. So.
Well, you're always telling us to let it go.
Yeah.
Let go, let God.
That's exactly right.
We were telling our audience, you've been really helpful to us individually and as a couple, and just as people. You are a kind of a spiritual guide, right?
I like to think of myself as a guru, and I've done for you guys guided meditations, and I think you agree it's a great way to sort of relax and just let go of your ego, get out of your ego, and commune back with the sort of cosmic divine, and the fucking just get out of your shit, hear those voices, from the cosmic beyond, and
Can I offer a phrase that you taught me? It's a great opportunity to hang up your hang-ups.
Exactly right. You were listening.
Yeah. Believe it or not, sometimes it works. I don't listen to her, but you.
No, not a word. But I love the words that you use because they sound important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are. I mean, obviously we're living in, crazy times. We're all under a lot of stress. We're all like, what are we doing? Who are we? What is this? When will it stop? When will we be, and all the problems I have right now, I had before, they're just sort of amplified, and there's like there's no end to it. And it's, you sort of become crushed under your own, I guess, low self-esteem and just, having friends or anything.
So even like leaders like you're kind of down to earth. You have the same foibles, and
there's no leaders, it's all people guiding people, I probably learned just as much from you as, sorry. Yeah. You ready?
Oh, I was going to write these things down. You're so insightful.
No. Yeah. You ready to go?
Yeah.
You ready to write? Okay.
Yeah.
There's no leaders. We're all teaching. What did I say? We're all teaching. We're all learning from each other.
I think you said I specifically am teaching you. I think that's what you said.
You're teaching me. I've learned as much from you guys as you've learned from me. Maybe mostly
me. That was really depressing. I'm glad you're here because you're going.
Did I get it right?
Leader.
No, leaders. Leaders. Robin.
Oh, well, anyway, again, the stuff you say sounds so important.
It does. It sounds important with the pauses. So you're going to take us through a guided meditation. Is that right?
That's right. So if you'll allow me, you guys know the drill. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And everybody at home can follow along too and just enjoy. Let me know if this interferes with the audio.
Okay, I think.
Sometimes Zoom is hard and you can't hear everybody. Go ahead.
Can you hear it? Can you hear the sort of?
Oh, a little tiny bit.
Can you hear the drone tone?
Yes.
Of it? You hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Piercing.
Hurts your ears a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yes.
All right. So you guys know the drill, but for everybody at home, close your eyes. Breathe deeply in through your mouth.
I always do that wrong.
Out through your nose. Suck the air in through your mouth. You want your throat nice and dry, deep, and then out your nostrils.
Very counterintuitive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it is. The swastika was just the inverted season cycle or whatever. So
you talk about swastikas a lot in your meditations, I noticed.
Because it's interesting to me. It's all bad, but it's not all. There's stuff to be learned. There's just food for thought,
Mm-hmm.
And deep. And now I want you to picture a calm, quiet place. A lot of guides, let you pick the quiet place, like a meadow or something. But you guys know I like everybody to just do the same calm place, my quiet place. And that's my living room. It's got central air. It's got good natural light.
Now, is everybody in there at once? Because I'm picturing it really crowded right now.
Well, we'd need to wear masks.
We have to wear masks.
Put your mask on.
I think it's like everybody gets their own my living room.
Oh, so it's sort of like the multiverse kind of a.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you've been listening. You breathe in, deep, in, dry, out. Remember, whatever comes out, if anything comes out of your nose, that's yours. That's part of you. You got to take it back in.
Oh.
All right, my living room. Nice light in the living room.
Where'd you get this chair?
That was Ethan Allen. That was a going out of business Ethan Allen.
Oh.
That was like $500. That's normally I think like a $2,500 chair.
Actually, I'm sorry, Robin. Can I have that? Can I have the chair and you take the floor?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sure, I'll scoot over.
No, you guys in the same. No, you guys shouldn't be in the same.
We're not in
different living room. Different my living room. Different same living rooms.
Oh, okay.
You guys can both have the chair.
Can I say? I'm sorry.
Rooms.
I'm so sorry. I am in my own version of your living room, but you still have roommates and they're still watching a movie.
He's not there right now. That's Craig you're talking about. He's not home.
Okay, well he left Air Force
One. It's not
One
now. It's in like a different version. It's a quiet place. It's a calm place. All right. It's like a place. It's like a mind place. All right. It's not literal. It's my living room. Not literally, but everything is the same, but it's in your mind. All right.
Yeah.
There's some old takeout. It's hard to separate what we've seen from this imaginary place.
I apologize for any mess you see there. A lot of that shit's Craig. I clean up. Craig leaves his shit all around. All right. So just try to ignore it. You might see some tissues in the couch. That's just how we do tissues. Those are clean tissues. Those are fresh, natural tissues.
Okay. There's actually a note from Craig that says, "Please don't leave your dishes in the sink, Guru Randy."
It's nice that he calls you Guru as well.
Craig left you a note. It says, please don't leave your dishes in the sink, Guru Randy.
It's not my fucking dish, Craig. That's a dish that he left on the coffee. I know this isn't doesn't have to do with you. That's a dish that he left on the coffee table that I put in the sink. He didn't even remember he put the fucking dish in there.
Okay.
So calm. Okay. Sunlight streaming in through the windows, natural light, fresh air, central air. All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I just saw somebody jump.
What?
I was looking out the window and I saw a body fall.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
People are all gathering around all the windows now, looking down. Someone's screaming.
Shit.
I didn't know legs could twist that way.
That's That's Jeff up in 4C. He's
he
depresso.
I
Oh man. Oh fuck.
don't think I can. I think
Is
I
he-
can't
is
be
he
there
okay?
anymore.
Is he okay?
I know he's not okay, man. His head's all fucked up and his knees all in a weird spot.
Shit, Jeff, man. I should have done more. Well,
weren't you his guru?
huh?
Weren't you Jeff's guru?
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is
I
really...
mean, I listened to him. I listened to him complain a lot, man. I tried to be there for him. He was, and depression's real, Depression's real.
I don't think anybody ever said it was not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, but the thing that people don't talk about is it's hard to deal with. Like if you're dealing with somebody with depression, like it's a downer, it's hard on you. Like you can't.
Oh, I see. Yes.
You can't deal with it all the time, So there were times where I was like, Jeff, I can't do this now,
Well.
And, those were the times when I guess I should have been there, but is it really my responsibility? I mean, he's his own person, Nobody put a gun to his head,
Right.
Well,
he probably, if he had a gun, he probably wouldn't have jumped.
It would have been easier and less traumatic for everyone else involved.
Yeah.
That's right.
I also see, Guru Randy, it looks like there's a check on the cork board. It's from your mom for $311.22. And in the memo, it says, this is the last one.
Right. That's a joke. She doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
She doesn't mean that. That's, she'll come around, Okay.
Craig's home.
Oh, shit. What do you guys want to do? You want to go in the bathroom or where you want to?
I think I'm going to open my eyes.
Are you still taking a shit?
I wasn't taking a shit. I'm just sitting on the toilet.
You're sitting on a toilet with candles lit behind you. I don't know.
It's the mood. It's for the thing, to set the, I got the, whatever that is. And,
I
I got
you're
this.
taking a shit, Guru Randy.
I'm not taking a shit. Why would I be taking a shit this long?
I don't know I don't know. Maybe you don't have a lot of fiber in your diet. I don't see what you eat. There's nothing but vegan pizza boxes in my, in the living room.
The living room.
That I was just in.
Mm-hmm. Get some fiber.
Can you stand up?
I mean, you're making me. No, sorry. Hold on.
Ooh, that's an interesting toilet.
It's
a swivel toilet.
It's a swivel toilet.
Wow.
Oh.
I had to get fucking.
Oh, wow.
If you were taking a shit, you could just say so.
Yes, we believe in you and we would think you were trying to teach us something, no matter what. Well,
let's see.
Guru, what can we take away from all this today? And what can we learn from Jeff? And
I know you always wrap it up in some
beautiful.
Sometimes it seems like you're, it's almost like the Karate Kid where it's like, why am I having to do all this stuff? And then you find out, wax on, wax. There's a less method to the madness.
Yes.
I mean, I sort of want to wash my hands, but okay, I guess that can wait. Like the bowl, it's a circle. It's a circle, and where you start is where you're going to end up. So if you're stressed out and then you get unstressed, you're just going to get stressed again. So.
And that's okay.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Yeah, that's what we need on a T-shirt, huh?
You did it again. Wow.
What can you do?
That's why I pay you.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't watch your fingers.
Oh.
Well, Guru, our check will be in there soon alongside your mother's, and thank you so much for being here and taking the time to guide us through.
Yeah.
It was a truly terrifying trip.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys you know, paying me what you can and you know, because it's tough.
Yes.
It's a bummer.
It can be very much a bummer.
And I look forward to our group spiritual ladies' nights.
Yeah, don't. Oh, no. You see,
don't. You're licking. You're licking.
Oh, you're gonna get very sick.
Sorry. Shit.
Yes.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to when you have all the women over and we kind of get spiritual with you.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's really a lot of fun.
Excited about that. Yes, queen.
All right, Randy. Well, thank you so much.
So much, Guru.
All right, take care. Anytime, you guys.
We'll see you later. Thank you. Wow.
Two very different guests so far.
Yes.
You know,
maybe his name should be Poo Poo Randy.
Or Guru Poo Poo.
Guru Poo Poo. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Has a ring. It
does.
Oh, you know, it's nice to be in the presence via Zoom of someone so spiritual and enlightened. Because it's almost like he just seems like one of us.
That's what I like about him. He's not this lofty, unattainable force. You know, he's
messy.
He is he's messy, and isn't the spirit messy?
Yes.
You know, there's this metaphor for the lotus flower that it comes out of mud and muck and detritus and dirt, and from that you have that necessary muck, and from that grows this beautiful flower.
Wow.
And I think Guru Randy, it's becoming that flower.
Yes.
And right now he's not afraid to show us the muck.
The muck. Mostly it's mucky.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's a flower at the end of it. He's not making any promises.
He's not going to,
You know.
I mean, you and I have had several gurus.
Yes.
Several gurus. Yeah.
Yes. Most of them have fled the country, but but I like Guru Randy. You know, he'll do. That's how I feel about him. He'll do.
Guru will do.
Guru will do. That's nice too.
Guru will do.
Well, I'm excited because our next guest is an artist like us. Specifically a string artist.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm not clear on it. So please bring out Kathleen Beavers.
Wow, Kathleen Beavers.
You know, you've seen her.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes.
She borrowed.
Hello, Kathleen.
It's so wonderful to see you.
Oh, God, thank you.
Oh, Kathleen. You look lovely.
It's wonderful to see the two of you. I've been looking so forward to this moment, a real bright spot, if I may.
No, you may. You absolutely may. You can say whatever nice things you want about us anytime.
And we use that wordplay constantly. It never gets old for us.
Why would it?
I was just saying, I'm familiar with you. I see you around the building.
Yes.
But I don't know what string art is.
Oh. Okay.
Did I offend you? I'm sorry. No, I wanted to enter in with a spirit of curiosity.
Right. Yes. Well, I mean, it's art made out of strings.
It's right there in the name.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have any examples to show you because I've been breaking it all down in my quarantine. I've been breaking every piece of art I've ever made down. And so right now it's just a bunch of strings is what it is.
Now, why have you been breaking it down? Are you feeling that way as an artist, or is it
doesn't it feel like we
needed to use it?
We're all being given a chance to start over, right? To redefine ourselves as the early weavers did, right? And now my string art, my weaving isn't used for necessity as an early weaver would have been, but this is emotional necessity. Right. Robin, I would love to make you a piece, something that you could wear around your neck or hang in your on your sheet.
To hang on my sheet. Yes. I mean, do you want my input, or?
I would love to do that for you. May I?
Please, absolutely, yes.
Okay, I'm going to begin it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get to watch the process.
Oh, wow.
How exciting to see it
It's
live.
like going to one of those historical reenactment places where you get to see them make candles and stuff like that.
And the butter.
And the butter.
Have you ever tasted that kind of fresh butter from a farm?
No, is it gross?
No, it's quite curdy.
Oh,
delicious.
You like curdy butter?
Oh, very much so.
Let it be known, she's a fan of curdy butter.
Give me all the curdy butter in the world. Who doesn't like a good thick
Speaking of which,
curd?
Curdy Butters was one of my favorite silent movie stars.
Oh, Curdy Butters, sure.
What a flop! What a fop! He would just flip flop over himself.
That's
right?
true.
And that is, I mean, at essence, art, right? You're giving of yourself. I heard he died in one of his movies. Well, I mean, I suppose it was.
Oh, he actually died. Yeah.
Yes.
In a hilarious stunt that they still aired.
That's right.
They said it was the funniest snuff film on record.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very hard to find, but boy, you can imagine what that was like.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I did hear of it.
Yeah. So what inspires you? I mean, when you're creating, do you have a plan, or are you just sort of, letting something channel through you as you go?
That's a great question. It's changing for me now, because it used to be I would be inspired by the world around, right? So I would be at a farmer's market or in a dirty meadow, or walking my cat, or so on and so forth. And now we're not allowed to leave. We're not allowed to go anywhere. And so I've had to find inspiration in my own home and in my own self. And that has been a real, how do you do?
Right.
As it were. Haven't you been learning a lot about your own selves?
Yeah.
I don't like to look too deeply within. I keep it pretty surface for myself.
I, on the other hand, I've been learning a lot about myself.
Yes.
I didn't know that I grinded my teeth when I slept.
Oh, I could have told you that.
I know.
How did you find out?
I woke up and my jaw was sore, and
didn't you say you found teeth filings?
I spit out some tooth powder. Yeah, I spit out some tooth powder. At first, I thought I ate drywall in the middle of the night, but ground up my teeth.
That seems unreasonable. What are you doing? What are you doing about it?
Mostly, I fall asleep with a popsicle stick, prying my mouth open.
Now that's smart.
I wake up with a little bit of dry mouth, but what can you say, or what can you do?
What can you do?
It's a tit for tat, isn't it? It's the lesser of two evils.
We have a question from one of our viewers. He said, "Is it easy to make string art with an unwalked cat in the apartment?" That's a good question.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Tavin is a real piece of shit. And she won't let me do anything until I've given her a good 4 walks. She likes 4 walks in the morning, 4 short
in the
walks.
morning. Wow.
And we fresh up, we eat our kibbles, and we're out for 4 short walks. Then we come back, and then I'm able to begin. So that was a great question.
Yes, thank you for that question.
That was from one of our regular viewers, Ted Nougat.
Oh, nougat?
Nougat.
Like the tasty filling?
Yeah. And so you've not been doing, I hate to get personal, but have you been doing any like quarantine dating, like where you meet people online and, have a get together, a tete-a-tete?
I think I'm too fresh off of my breakup with Toronto.
Oh,
the city?
No, the man.
Toronto. I thought that was a while ago.
The warrior. Yes, it was. It was a while ago. It was 14 years ago. but I'm just not ever, I don't know.
You're still feeling it.
I certainly didn't meet him online. You know what I mean? I met him in said Dirty Field.
Oh, in the Dirty Field. Oh, I thought you met him at one of those theme restaurants where he was like a jouster. I can't remember what you call those places where they have, it's like
American Rainforest Cafe.
Medieval Times.
Medieval Times, but yeah, American Rainforest.
That is no. That was, you know, I'm thinking of something else because he did work at a TGI Fridays, but was taking part in too many mudslides, and so he was moved over to I believe it was the Rainforest Cafe. I don't remember much about it because I was so deeply in love. Yeah, but he might have took a turn into joust. When I say, what is it?
Oh, I don't want to get too personal, but I'm just curious. Why did that relationship end?
Why did it end?
Yes.
Because Toronto wanted it to end. And you know, the hard truths are here in this tiny room, you know, with me. I have to look at myself in the mirror and in these patterns of weaving. And I can see why he left. I'll tell you that much. I can see because I'm all over the place.
Listen, I think you're being too hard on yourself.
Yes, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the way you weave. Is that what you said?
No.
Sorry.
Listen.
You know, someone asked a question. Sorry. It didn't come from me, I promise, but would she ever go to the city of Toronto now? Or is it too
that's
triggering?
A great question. If Canadians will allow us, I will consider it. I prefer the western portion of Canada to the eastern portion. It's too city-like for me. And I don't know why because Toronto was his chosen name. He was not. It was not a given name. He chose Toronto. I think it was during when he was an American gladiator. Maybe that's why I was confused with the American Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Can we just check in on your progress?
Yes, certainly. Here it is.
Oh wow. That's something that I could wear around my neck or hang on my seat.
Yeah, I'm not finished yet. It'll look very different when I'm finished.
And where do you find the market for these? Where do you find, Etsy or?
Market for the string? Where do I get my string?
Great. I would like to know that as well, actually. That, and where do you sell these, or do you? Is it just for yourself?
I haven't. I had an art show where I displayed the artwork, but I've since taken them all apart, and I usually will source my string from fresh sheep and dye it myself in the bathtub or whatever tubs I have lying around.
Is that the smell that's coming from your apartment?
It's mostly natural
musky
dyes.
Yeah.
The black sheep and the white sheep, you know, it's wonderful.
And I just had a thought, and I don't know if you already thought of this, but have you ever thought about marketing 2 cats? Because that looks like something that a cat would love to.
Well, this is coming from your energy. Okay, this is coming straight out of your energy. I've never made anything that looks quite like this before, Robin. So I think what has happened is your energy loves cats. Your energy is frisky and wants to pounce, wants to play, roll around.
Guilty as charged.
Is that you?
Guilty as charged. Does this answer your question?
Oh, there we go.
Well, look, there's a worn out spot right on your buttock. I love it.
That might be bird shit.
Okay. Yes.
Is that from
they are very attractive.
Sit on the roof.
Yeah, he finds them.
That's where we always pass each other, right?
That we both see each other on the roof. Staring down at the bottom.
From the roof.
Yep.
That's right.
Puppin people said OMG, which stands for Oh My God. I don't know if you know that.
Or Oh My Goddess.
Or My Goddess.
Okay.
That's beautiful. And I believe they were speaking about your beautiful art.
Okay.
Did you really get a feline energy from me?
I mean, until you said that a cat would like this, I didn't. I wasn't thinking that. But now that we're here and I'm drinking the energy that you're putting
Well,
forth.
you know what? Let's take a
I
break
think
from
so.
drinking
I'm
each
gonna
other's
put
energy.
you-
I'm going to put a
put
stop to the two of you drinking energy from each other. Okay?
Well, it's just something you do when you connect. Let me
I
drink
understand.
your
It's a
energy.
little,
Can I drink
little
your energy?
uncomfortable.
Can I drink your
Yes.
energy for a minute?
Of course, you
Sure.
may. Oh.
That seems about right.
No,
Well,
thank you.
Very,
about right.
very energetic, very sensual is what I
astute.
got from that. Very sensual.
No,
Sensual.
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, some people can't handle it.
Now, here's the question. Did you make the headphones that you're wearing?
These.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't make this part, but I made this part.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I covered it. The wires. I didn't make the wires, but I covered it with a similar. It's a white string that I had.
It looks like just the same as a normal one.
Well, but it isn't.
But that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of it's like
eye.
Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you used to have the little tiny soup cans connected by string.
Yes.
To the computer.
That's right. And also you could listen in on your neighbors. We used to listen in on your fights.
Oh wow.
Oh, so many fights and
some of them you didn't need the cans for. We were quite screechy and loud.
That's true. But I tell you what, you didn't hold back.
No.
There were no blows withheld.
Yeah. That's right. And when I said screechy, I meant Robin. He gets very screechy when fighting.
I do. Have you ever worked in any other mediums besides string?
Well,
have you ever worked with rope or twine or?
I started in tapestry.
Did you really?
Yeah. My mother was. We lived on the banks of a river. If you've ever read anything about Louise Bourgeois, I had a very similar upbringing, except for on the banks of the Tulsa River.
Oh, interesting. You have kind of a water energy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But again, let's keep away from energies because that can get a little volatile.
And we would weave the tapestries of the local churches. So many tapestries in churches and so if you were to walk through any Tulsa church place, you might see the work of my mother.
Wow.
And my tiny fingers even. So anyway, I began as a weaver. That's where I began, and I sort of grew into this, and I lost a lot of jobs and stuff. So.
And that helped you grow as an artist.
Well, I mean, it just left me a lot of alone time. Time.
Sure.
Time. And during that time is when you really can look and see what your path is supposed to be.
That's right. That's right.
It's funny because I thought you said it gives you time to lurk. And some people would say
that too.
That is something that you do.
Did you know that your apartment is so near the roof that if you hang upside down from the top of it, you can peek into your bathroom or your old bathroom?
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's so interesting because I have often felt watched in there in a nice way. And
well, you've got those the lower half curtains.
Right.
Cafe curtains, but you should really have a valance.
I think I'll keep it. I sort of, I do my best performances when I feel watched.
You know so much about curtains.
Oh, yes. My father was a curtain maker.
He was?
Yes. You hit the nail on the head. Yes. And gathered cafe curtains. I love it. A velvet drape. I love a blackout curtain.
Sure. Are you a fan of Venetian blinds, or is the blinds a whole?
No. Not Venetian blinds. I don't mind the others, and I don't mind the ones that go squish up and down.
Oh, those, yeah.
Is
But
it a
don't you
Venice
want
thing?
A natural weave? I don't know. Why do they call them that? Are
I'm
they
not
like
sure.
all tiny little canals?
Oh, interesting. That may be why. You know, we're getting a lot of comments about kind of the chemistry between the two of you. And so unfortunately, it is
Chemistry.
time to say goodbye.
That they know that.
Oh, but
That's
I have
beautiful.
something for you. This is just the top of it, but I have finished your piece.
Oh, excellent. Oh my God.
Wow. Well, that is, wow, that really came together.
Is beautiful.
It's
you know
a sweater. It's a full sweater.
That's
should I drop it off?
Yes, please.
It's
yes,
unfortunate.
Please.
I'll leave it on your mat.
He probably won't wear it because it is so warm now.
Oh, I can wear it.
Poor timing.
Over nothing else. It's very porous. Very porous.
Yeah. Well, it gets cold, and it gets cold in this basement where I am, so I wouldn't mind being warmed up just a little bit.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, it is time to go. Let's just kill this feed right away. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye. Wow. She's a delight.
She's something.
She's really something else.
I'm really surprised that she can live in that way as this, so sad. So sad her life seems.
Well, she's an artist. Artists are moody,
Just, the rope art, and it just feels all so done.
Interesting.
So kind of
interesting.
Sad and pathetic.
Interesting. Yeah. That's just. Oh, anyway, yeah, we'll move on. But I'm excited about that sweater. Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it because you don't know. She sourced that string from sheep, and you're allergic to wool, and I just wouldn't wear it if I.
You know what I think would be fun about that sweater is it looks like it's how good guys look with just a sweater and they're naked from the waist down, and the sweater just kind of.
So you can kind of see that pelvic.
You can see that pelvic,
and then everything.
And then when they turn around, they just see like the balls, the bottom of the balls.
Yes.
I don't know what you call that.
Yes, some people really like that look.
Reverse cleavage. Yeah.
Right. It's interesting. A lot of people saying I'm jealous or something. It's not at all what's happening here. We are done skis.
Well, yeah, exactly. We've moved on. But I just want to jump back. I think we've got a real contender here. Pup and people. We're saying who would be the love child of Stevie Nicks and Steven Tyler, and we have Post Malone says Pup and people.
Very.
I think that's a pretty great. I'd say that's the best one so far.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, what do you think?
Well, I think we should move on. I'm so excited because this next guest is another artist, but an artist with words. And that is something I just don't understand. So let's bring him out. It's 10 Cent Tennyson.
10 Cent, wow. Look at that. And he's got a scarf on too. It's great to see you, 10.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Tennyson.
I couldn't be better.
You look fantastic, like a bright, shiny coin.
You know what I've been doing? I've been refusing to drink water lately, and I found out that it's able to concentrate all of my juices, and then it makes me a better person. Like same way a raisin is sweeter than a grape.
Interesting. It's like a juice. It's like a juice fast, but you're actually fasting off of juice.
Fasting from juice. From juice. Right.
From juice. Oh, that's so fascinating. No, so Mickey was saying she didn't understand that you were you're an artist with words.
Yeah.
And she said she didn't understand it. I think I get it. But explain to people like her who don't get it what it is you do.
First of all, they call me, my real name is not 10 Cent Tennyson, but they call me the 10 Cent Tennyson. I make rhymes for a dime. You'll often see me on street corners, grocery store, express checkout lanes, never the regular ones. I've been known to get in your Uber with you, whether you want me there or not.
Are you doing it right now? Or was that a little, it sounded, is Is that a
It didn't
rhyme
rhyme
right
though.
now?
You're not. I don't think you're listening.
It didn't rhyme. It didn't rhyme. As far as I'm concerned, you can't have poetry if you don't have a rhyme. Haikus are for fools. That's not a right. That's not poetry. Haikus not poetry. A fool
But what you did with it
a-
was a poem.
When I said haikus is for fools, that's exactly right. But a monkey with a toothbrush and a ballpoint pen can do a haiku. Anybody can do a haiku. What I do is bring the rhythm and the rhyme. Just keep his teeth clean.
I see.
Monkeys are known for gingivitis, for gum disease.
Mm-hmm. That's why they do those weird.
That's why they do those weird, the weird faces, the weird faces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So basically, I perform acts of poetry on demand for people for 10 cents a rhyme. 10 cent tennis.
And so people just throw out a word or something, and then you just
whatever you're feeling that day. Sometimes it's therapeutic. Sometimes it can be a word. For instance, you just said the word, and I might make you a rhyme for that if you so chose, and if you had 10 cents.
I don't.
For instance,
okay.
Let's do this the way they do it in modern times, and you can pay me virtually.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
I have a word for you. Can I throw out a different word?
Hey man, you can throw it, you can shove it, you can push it,
okay,
you can gently slide it across the table.
I'm gonna shove it. Persimmon.
Let me explain something to all you men and all you women. There's nothing quite as sweet as the fruit called a persimmon. Now, why is it not cinnamon? And why is it not purr? Don't worry about that. It's still the sweetest fruit there ever were. Persimmon. See, that's that's just common sense, though. A lot of my rhymes is common sense.
It is.
Wow. That was beautiful. And now would each word cost 10 cents? Or
every
the whole
time I
poem?
rhyme would cost you 10 cents. Every time I rhyme.
So we have to count the rhymes. I think there were about 5 rhymes in that one.
Then that would have been 50 cents.
Wow.
Well, okay. So that
a lot of people say, 10 cents, do you need the money? No, I don't need the money. In fact, when you pay me that money, I usually throw it on the floor and walk right out there. Really? It's just the idea of paying for art, whether I accept that payment or not.
So does that mean if somebody pays you via Venmo, do you throw your phone on the ground?
I have broken 7 Apple computers.
Oh.
When I open up my Venmo on my Apple computer, no less than 7 of them. I've broken 4 Samsung phones and 16 iPhones, throwing it on the ground.
Wow.
It's just part of who I am. It's part of who I am.
That's the art, isn't it? That's all part of the art.
That's part of the art. Right there, you would have just made yourself 20 cents.
Well, speaking of which, Mickey, maybe you could I want to do this. Let's get from our comment section some words.
Oh, that's a great idea. And by the way, they are all clapping for you with their
virtually
little
clapping. I don't know what that means.
With their emoji hands?
Like it looks like this.
There's one thing that I cannot understand. Is what is the sound that it makes with an emoji hand? When an emoji hand claps together, does it make a sound at all? I suppose we will never know. I'm talking to all of y'all. That's just a little something free. That's a little something free. That's just a little something free for the people. That's a little something free. That's a little something free right there.
There we go.
Thank you for that, for free.
Ooh, okay. So Pup and People, one of our viewers says, can you do something with the word catamaran?
Yeah, but let me just explain something. It's not always about the words, but yes, I can do something with the word catamaran. Can I do something with the word catamaran? Let me tell you, my brother, yes, I can. Is it a boat or is it a cat? Is it something you sit on or something you sit at? Would you ride it across the ocean or the deep blue sea? Would you ride it to your loved one or ride it back to me? I said it once and I said it again. I can do something with the word catamaran. 10 cent Tennyson. 10 cent Tennyson. I got more rhymes than rednecks got venison. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Another bonus.
Yes,
I have chills all up and down my arms.
Yes.
You know,
you're better
than Dr. Seuss.
Hey, let me tell you something about Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss was a medical doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. Right. I'm not a medical doctor. Right. My father did make curtains though.
Oh, that's just like our last guest.
Yes.
Your last guest? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Our last guest, her father made curtains, was in the curtain business.
Oh, what's her name?
Well, that was Kathleen Beavers.
That was Kathleen Beavers, yeah.
I have a long-lost sister named Kathleen.
What?
That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
Another 10 cents.
Ethereal as the sweet moaning air. Come on now.
Well, now people want to know where they can Venmo the money to. What is your Puppin People who gave you Catamaran wants to know where can they send you the money?
Better yet, Puppin People, if you will tomorrow morning, and I hope you live in this city, if you will tomorrow morning at the corner of Burbank and Whitsett Boulevard, just put it there on a napkin. Perhaps a restaurant napkin like a In-N-Out Burger or Chick-fil-A, one of those that has a religious connotation. I'm not a religious man, but I love religious napkins. Put it on that napkin and I'll pick it up tomorrow. How about that?
That sounds great.
So question for you. Who are your influences?
I'm influenced by the world. You understand what I'm saying? When I hear a bird chirping up in the tree, I imagine that bird is nobody but me. When I see a rock laying down on the ground, I imagine that is me, and I gather around. If I saw a camp counselor counseling in camp, then I would think that's me, and I will amp up my spirit and do it over and over again. And that's why they call me 10 Cent, Tennessee. You understand what I'm saying? You are my inspiration, Robin. Mickey, you are my inspiration. You are my inspiration.
I'm speechless. I love it. I love everything.
Let me just say this. I hate to rhyme, but you know it's true. When you're as beautiful as somebody like you, speech fails to show your prettiness. Speech fails to show your country or your cityness. It's like you're from nowhere and everywhere all at the same time. Let me say something, Mickey. You blow my mother freaking mind.
Wow.
It's in Tennyson. Got more rhymes than rednecks got venison. And let me tell you something. I'll say this once again. If I was Asian, then you might call me Chinasian. Now that's neither here nor there. But at one point, I lived in Asia for a while, and they call me Chinasian. But that's neither here. That's neither here. I wonder.
Now that was very kind of sexy what you just did there. And I'm not saying this is why you do it, but is this skill help you in your love life? It seems like it would attract, I don't know if you're into men or women, but it seems like it would attract whoever you like.
I do suppose that, they say a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I say that's a faulty operation. If I ever went in for a heart operation and somebody go through my stomach, that's problematic. That's problematic. But I will say this. Poetry has gotten me into more beds than that guy who created Sit and Sleep. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
And once again, before I finish, I refuse to finish making love. I'll stop right before I finish and I'm out the door. Right before I finish and I'm gone. I refuse to finish making love. It keeps me hungry for the next time.
So aren't you afraid of exploding?
Yeah, I am. That's the first time I've admitted that in public.
I would be. I mean, that seems like you're very.
It's a dangerous game, really.
Yeah, but when I finally do finish, you will know. Oh, you will know. You will.
Well, I'm sure everyone will know. That's like a
We'll
lifetime.
Hear it.
Yeah.
We'll hear this. Yes.
Mickey, perhaps you may hear it a little louder than the other.
That's
well. As long as you're rhyming.
Now, Tennyson, you do this for money only symbolically because you get rid of the money that people
get rid of me. As we say where I'm from, I get rid of it immediately. Mm-hmm. That's why they from, I'm from.
Enunciationville?
Sherman Oaks, California. Sherman Oaks, California.
But then my follow-up is how do you make money? How do you pay rent if you are throwing money away?
Oh, well, I work in software.
Oh, okay.
Computer software. I'm the software engineer.
Okay. I want to try to find another word. Right. I'm just going to find a.
I'm sorry. I mean, everybody does.
No, sure. I mean, every artist has to do something, and it may not be sexy, but it's something. And
I'm very wealthy. I'm very well off from being a software engineer.
But
that is not my love. That's not my love. That's
not
my
your
wife.
passion. It's not your passion.
I heard Jacob Dylan works for Uber Eats. So,
But Jacob Dylan, that's Bob Dylan's son?
Yeah, he works for Uber Eats.
Jacob Dylan works for Uber Eats, bringing the world those tasty treats. When his father said, lay across my big feather bed, Jason said, no, Daddy, I'd rather be driving instead. Ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Come on now.
Now you should actually send that to him because it sounds like he needs the money.
If he seriously, if he does, I will. I'll refund that back.
Send that.
I'll refund it back.
He shouldn't have to pay for that.
I think I have another word. It's a medical word.
Luckily, my father, before he became a curtain maker, he was huge in the field of medicine. Huge, one of the biggest medical doctors ever.
That seems like a
medical
transition.
doctor.
Yeah.
He was a medical doctor.
He was a medical doctor. Wow.
Of medicine.
Wow.
Okay, so the word is duodenum, and if I understand that correctly, it's something connected to the appendix, and I don't really know why it's there.
I'm well aware of what a duodenum. And I don't mean to be offensive, Robin. I'm well aware of what a duodenum is. Okay. All of us know it, and some of us got them. Some of us have a lower duodenum. Some of you, I don't know, it could be a synonym, but some of them actually call it the duodenum. It doesn't matter what you call it, it's down in this area. And let me say this again, and I do not want to scare you, but if you get a tumor around the duod, man, you better go ahead, kiss your ass and talk to God. The duodenum. Yeah.
Wow.
That's just, I had, and to be fair, now this was not one of them. I have a whole book written about the inner body works for children.
Oh.
A whole book about the alimentary canal and the olive Langerhorn. The whole book written for children.
Wow. You are a man of many talents.
Well, I spent, here's something that you don't know about me. The first 12 years of my life, I was coddled. My parents coddled me. I was so coddled, and they only used words. They coddled me. I was carried till I was 12 years old. I never even walked, didn't even know I could walk. My mother carried me and breastfed me. My mother carried me, my father breastfed me. So in that time, I was able to just concentrate on language. I wasn't using my physical skills like I can now. I concentrated on the language in that song.
So would you recommend that way of child rearing?
I would not. I would not. My legs had atrophied in the little meat nubs. I wouldn't recommend it at all.
But you're so brilliant.
But now I have some of the strongest legs around.
Congratulations.
I have literally kicked a hole in a car door just for the hell of it. I have very strong legs.
Wow, well, look at that. I mean, I would say that's an argument for coddling.
Now that you mention it, Mickey, I suppose it is. I mean, you look like a lady who could use some coddling.
I wouldn't mind a little coddling. I don't mind these legs turning to meat nubs.
Oh.
You know, someone said this episode has become very sexually charged.
First of all, I don't see sex, so I wouldn't know that. I think of everything in the world as the same thing. If I'm having sex, I may as well be having a sandwich. And that's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. I don't see it. I don't see sex. I don't see male. I don't see female. I don't see color. I cannot smell. I don't see any of it.
That might be an issue. You actually might want to go see a doctor.
It's a horrible issue. I've walked into traffic several times. It's a horrible issue.
Very
and the
dangerous.
Smell thing, that's a sign of the coronavirus. You know,
exactly. I've been told that.
I've been told tested.
Yeah. I've been told that several times.
10 Cent, thank you so much for being here tonight.
What a treat.
What a treat.
Yeah.
I hope you'll come back.
You guys have pleasured me today. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure, but Mickey and Robin, you have given me pure, unadulterated pleasure. Thank you.
You did it again.
Ooh, there it is.
You did it again.
All right. Thank you, Tennyson. My mind is simply blown.
Thank you. Hey, Mickey, call me.
Oh, I will. Okay. You can bet your badil. I'll work on it.
See, I don't mind. I think it's exciting when somebody hits on you.
Well, sure. I'm a sexy person.
And I'm a cuckold. So it kind of works.
It works
perfectly.
It works for us.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I don't get to see people hit on you very often, and it's one of those feelings. It's just uncomfortable in my body. It's very hard to see. It's like, it's something's wrong.
It's like seeing a snake on a bicycle or something. It's just
absolutely it's wrong.
What's that about?
Get off that bike and slither away.
Yeah.
Well.
Wow. So
I'm excited. We have another. This is an interesting guest
Well, I don't know if we've ever had a guest quite like this.
An animal?
An animal. We actually have.
No, we've had.
We had a delightful. We had Noah feature a guinea pig.
That's right, but we've never had an animal as the primary
featured
guest.
Primary guest.
Well, should we bring her out? It's an old bird, everyone. Please welcome.
He's an old bird. Let's see. Let's see. Here he comes. Oh. Hello. Hi. Hi, bird.
Hi.
It's so nice to see you.
Thank you so much. It's very nice to see you.
Wow.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Stop it. Oh, please. My days are behind me. You're so sweet.
No, you are. You're striking.
Yes.
It's hard to look away.
I think I've seen you when I hang out on the roof. I've seen you perched up there.
Yes. I thought it was time I finally got an apartment in the building, but I love you guys. The neighborhood is so great,
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, people normally come to the roof when they're pretty steamed. Introspective. I get to see everyone
depressed.
Yeah, depressed, contemplating, ending it all. A lot of people sneak in a snack they don't want anybody else to see.
Sure. A lot of shame eating up there, for sure.
But that works out for me with the crumbs.
Yeah. I hope
people I have so many questions, but
ahead.
Robin, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I hope people have made you feel welcome here. I don't know if we've ever had a bird as a tenant.
Yes, absolutely. And I was hoping you guys, if you had any advice on how, it's my first apartment at this age. I feel like a kid, pooping in a toilet's new for me. I really messed the kitchen up. I got to say, I don't see the appeal. It's kind of just like a speakerphone for your thoughts, normally.
That's a great way of putting it.
Can amplify. That's
it's interesting because most of the time I've seen a bird inside, they're freaking out. They're, flying into windows and they're up on the roof, ceiling and stuff like that.
What am I doing here? Yes.
You seem like you're doing okay.
It's funny you guys say that because, I spent some time inside of the Galleria of a mall. I got stuck in JFK for, a few months and every now and then somebody comes along and it looks like they're going to be the hero, they're going to be the one who shoos me outside. But I see where the door is. It's big.
So you know where it is. You're choosing to stay crazy flying around inside.
Oh yeah, you might be paying $12 for a Subway sandwich, but I get that stuff for free in the trash can.
Right.
Great people watching.
Which is so hard to do these days, everybody, especially in Los Angeles, everybody's in their car and you don't get to see people in their element. I mean, you maybe do, but you see them from above.
Yes, I know about a lot of people's bald spots before they know about it, especially the tall men, a short man.
I think you're talking about me.
I knew. Yes, I knew exactly. Yes. I know exactly who you are. I recognize your voice, but yes, exactly. Yes. Well, the short men get informed by the tall men that they have a bald spot. So who's around to tell them?
It's kind of a guy thing. It's kind of the guy code.
Yeah.
To be told.
Ask John Gabris.
Old bird, is that okay for me to call you old bird?
Sure. We don't worry about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm an old bird and I'm happy about it. I raised some beautiful chicks. They left the nest and, why keep the nest if it's just me in there? So, it's time that I live in a little bit of comfort, a little bit of luxury.
Absolutely. And I can see that you're an avid reader. So many books.
Yes.
And I thought, the only time I've seen birds with paper like that is lining their bird cages, perhaps. But this looks like you might actually be reading them. Are you reading them?
That is, it's so lovely because when you get little scraps in your nest here and there, you're spoiling the end. You got all kinds of cliffhangers you never get to find out about, but it's really fun. It turns out to read the beginning, the middle, and then the end. I'm really enjoying this phase.
That's an interesting way to go about a book. We have a question here from Ronit.
I believe it's Ronit.
Oh, Ronit, I'm sorry, Ronit.
Oh, we got an Israeli on our hands. Hello, Ronit. Shalom.
First of all, is it okay to ask what type of bird you are?
Yes,
I don't think. Oh, sorry. I thought maybe that was. I didn't know. Okay.
I appreciate it. You know, it's another human thing where it would have been polite for you guys to maybe not ask each other what kind of birds you are. But we don't mind. I'm a pigeon, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm proud. I come from a working class background, and I'm proud of it.
Okay,
that's great.
Thank you for asking.
And there's sort of a follow-up from Ronit. What is this again?
Ronit.
Ronit, sorry. I said, what's the deal with ducks? And I'm not sure if that's a leading question, but how do you feel about ducks?
Well, a lot of us birds, we evolved, I am all woman, but a lot of birds evolved to not have a penis anymore. That's true. Like over 90% of birds only have a cloaca, which is a hole. It's like going mouth to mouth, and then that's how you inseminate.
Is that true? They just.
But ducks. Those ducks, they're still swinging that big dick around. And I got to say, it's very upsetting. But I did have a duck over the other night, and the sound of his webbed feet on my linoleum floor was cute.
Yeah.
You had was this a romantic situation you had the duck over, or was it just?
It was that thing where it's like, if we're in my apartment and we stay 6 feet apart, that's fine, right? Yeah, but we didn't. It was a first time thing. We didn't really get anything on. But I'm scared. He's got the big corkscrew penis.
Right. Well, Robin has said we did.
We talked about that on a future show. When ducks have sex, I mean, it looks like rape.
Yeah, I've actually witnessed people try to intervene on duck sex, which is, again, like, guys, you gotta stay out of it. It's sweet of you to try, but
it's a cultural thing, it's not our place. And
so,
I didn't realize. So you stay 6 feet apart too, because are you also susceptible to the virus, to corona?
Well, I live in the building now, and I want all the neighbors to feel safe. It's like I just want to blend in a little bit more. I've been excited watching new television shows.
Oh, what are you watching? I love to hear recommendations.
Yeah, I before I watched a lot of TV, outside of everyone's window, and I had to guess what on earth the shows were about. Like Friends, I thought it was a documentary about a hands on a hard body contest of a bunch of losers trying to win a couch.
I can see that. I can see how you would think that. There was a lot of couch sitting and propping up on, and
For 10 years, these people trying to win this couch. It was very confusing. They didn't have families or jobs or anything important to get to. They were determined to win this stinky couch. But it turns out it's more boring than that.
Yeah, so, it is weird that they continue to make such a big deal out of that couch. And you see like I see this on little, social media things, and I think people take pictures of them. Who cares about that couch?
Right.
Wait, you think the couch is famous?
I think the couch is kind of famous.
That makes sense. People are strange, and you'll probably learn that more and more as
people are vapid, and they will wait in line to get an expensive hamburger that looks like it's made on the set from a TV show that they watch. Nobody has any, American culture is dying.
I mean, I haven't watched TV since we cut the cord, and I didn't understand what that meant originally, and so we literally cut the cord, and so we haven't watched anything.
I stopped watching TV after Maude ended because I was like, it's not going to get any better than this.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I say leave it alone. You were saying people stand in line for a long time for a stupid sandwich. Us birds, before I moved into an apartment, we used to call that a toilet.
Because there is that famous.
What is that about? Why do birds, I hope you don't mind me generalizing here, but like to poop on people? What's the thrill in that?
Haven't you heard that it's lucky? Oh, it's very lucky. Us birds, we're pooping on you.
So you're saving it to poop on people to give them luck.
Oh, this is very nice that we're clearing this up. Oh, it's an act of love. So nice. I only poop on those I love. I would never poop on my enemies. I would wish my enemies never get pooped on.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. That's a take. That's a take.
Oh, and so Ronit says, yes, I got pooped on during my honeymoon.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Halavai, isn't that something you might say? Oh, someone's asking Twitch, baby. Did she like Bird Box? What is that?
Oh, I watched it. I didn't hear the movie, but I could see it from the other side of a window. By the way, Glass is a real funny prank you guys played on us.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
That's a rough one.
From what I could tell, Bird Box was about a surprise party that Sandra Bullock was going to go to. And it's like the joke where it's like, it's not, you never get to the surprise party. It's more the journey on the way to the surprise party. Cause she had her eyes covered so that no one would ruin the surprise. I think it was maybe like a retirement party.
Okay.
Oh, right. Speaking of glass, I see you're wearing glasses. That seems pretty unusual in the bird world, no?
Yeah. Well, it was all the reading.
Right. You have more reason to need them now. Huh?
I got a little exhausted. My eyes got tired. I'm getting a little bit of a Zoom fatigue.
Zoom, yeah.
Are you Zooming a lot?
Oh, I wanted to go door to door, introduce myself to all the neighbors. Instead, I'm doing Zooms. These are blue blockers.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's smart.
Now, is there a hierarchy in the bird world? Is there like, we're having such a fucked up time in this human world, people not getting along, people's judging and establishing who's better, who's worse. Mm-hmm. Is there an equivalent of that in the bird world?
Sure. That's a great question. I would say in general, birds are more peaceful creatures. I tried to take a 23andMe to find out if I've got some dove in me. I am 99.9% pigeon, it turns out. But,
and that's okay.
Thank you. I'm proud. We're a little bit more above, generalizing or putting other species of birds down. But I will say we all think peacocks are assholes.
Interesting.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You ever seen them try to fly?
It's very bizarre.
Very bizarre.
I feel like they don't fly so much as teleport, and suddenly they're up high. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Why are they on a car?
That's right.
Why are they on a car? Why? Get off the car, you freaking bozo.
You bozo.
You freaking bozo.
Now, old bird, is this, I from what I understand, scientists think that birds are remnants of dinosaurs. They're a close ancestor of dinosaurs. First of all, is that true? And second of all, if it is true, do the dinosaur instincts ever come out in you?
Oh, thank you so much. I do feel that it's true, and mostly it's if I'm not going to show them on camera, but my feet, the little scrabbly claws on my feet that I got to put more lotion on them. They're real dry.
They're very
They're real dry. But yeah, in my younger days, if somebody tried to get the worm before I wanted the worm, I've got my feathers can come up. I've got a bit of a sort of display of aggression that just comes naturally to me. And I go, where'd that come from? And I say, it's from your great grandmother, the dinosaur.
Okay. Interesting.
It's upsetting when, I've seen little kids' books. You see a brontosaurus, they're so cute. They got scales. It looked like it'd be nice to pet them and touch them and feel like I'm touching the bottom of a dog's paw. And then you find out, no, it had feathers. We were wrong. The books throw them out. It's incorrect. I understand it's hard to, make a left turn like that on something that you believe, but believe it, baby.
Yeah. We've been through a lot as a species. First they take away Pluto, and then they tell us we're all from dinosaur birds, and it's hard. Give us some time to catch up.
It's been tough. It's been tough.
Can we just?
I do have a question, and I hope this. I understand you had an incident with one or more of the cats in the building.
There are a lot of cats in this building, a lot of single ladies who have a lot of cats.
Yeah. Has that been a problem? And I don't know if you want to comment on that at all.
Did Missy say something?
I'm not going to say yes or no, but
that's okay. You can tell me if Missy
yes. Okay. She told me that there was an incident.
Okay. Well, let's just put it this way. I don't put Missy's name in my mouth unless I am provoked. But then Missy, the tabby, is out there just yakking it up. Old bird this, old bird that. It's like she's trying to hit me when I'm down. You know?
She's provoking you. You feel she's provoking you.
I took one bath in a saucer of cream. I'm old. I didn't have my glasses on. It looked clear to me. I thought it was a bird bath. Turns out it's a saucer. She gets mad. She doesn't just come and tell me, hey, could you get out of my saucer? You know what I would do? Get right out of there. No problem. But that's not Missy's way. She gets all meow. Doesn't want to talk to you about it. She's just suddenly, you're trying to talk to her. She just licks her asshole out of nowhere. Rude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to make friends in this building. I'm not looking to start trouble. So I assure you, we can cohabitate. It's fine.
Even when she's trying to eat you?
Let her try to eat me. Ooh. I may be old.
Might see some of that dinosaur.
Great-grandmother
dinosaur, right?
I mean, only one of us can fly, okay? And it's not just off the handle.
Wow. Well, thank you. Last question before we have to go, but Iceland wants to know about dodo birds. I'm not sure if they want to know, I guess, just what they're like, or I'm not exactly sure, Iceland.
Yeah, well, Iceland, I'm not that old.
Right.
But it's kind of like when you find out you were related to a president or something, like, oh, neat. I never got to meet them personally, but it seemed like an exciting time. And I feel proud to have come from such great lineage.
That's great. I do have one final question.
Sure.
I don't know if you've been watching some television. Have you seen BoJack Horseman?
Through the glass, yeah.
So through the glass, and in that world, humans and animals are kind of equal, and they can date and things like interspecies dating. Could you date a human? Would you consider that? What do you feel about that?
Sure. BoJack Horseman for me was like watching pornography. That's as long as we can give enthusiastic consent, I don't see the problem. And I'll tell you what, I'm squawking yes, nice and loud. I'm looking for a man, a woman, feathers, no feathers.
Okay. Great. Well, I qualify for a couple of those.
Oh my goodness!
I'm just saying.
Dreams come true. Sure, I think it what boils down to it is what's more important. Do you believe the earth is flat or round? That's a more important detail in a relationship than are you a bird and are you also a bird?
That's true.
Wow, this feels right. I have to say, this feels okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I've got some stale bread that is just sitting around doing nothing. Maybe I'll drop it by later.
You're spoiling me. Oh my.
Well, you could use some spoiling, huh?
This is
welcome. My way of saying welcome to the building.
So nice.
You.
Old bird, 2 holes make a right. Isn't that all you need? 2 holes.
Two holes.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been very enlightening, and I really appreciate you taking the time to enlighten us on some things we did not know.
Oh, thank you both. You're both wonderful.
Aww.
We'll see you around. Thank you. Wow.
I think you just got a date.
I think I'm gonna conquer Bridget.
You know what? She's consensual. She's saying she's consenting, and I'm for it. It just feels better to me than the string lady. I don't know.
I'm not ruling that out either. I don't see us being exclusive.
All right. I just see you more with a bird.
Okay. I can that.
An old bird.
Oh, an old bird. Yeah.
Well, this is our last guest.
Wow, this show has flown by. Another one. Oh, I didn't even. Wow.
It really has been a phenomenal show.
It really is.
And this last guest, I can't believe we got him.
I'm surprised he lives here. Maybe it's like when he's just on the West Coast talking of, TV deals or whatever.
Maybe. Well, let's bring him out and we can ask him ourselves. Please welcome Deepak Chopra.
Deepak Chopra. Dr. Chopra, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Namaste. Wonderful to be here.
It's so great to see you.
Yes, wow. How is my quantum audio?
It's really good.
Wonderful.
It's really good.
Yes, you're coming in loud and clear, and your apartment is larger than most of the apartments in this building.
Yes, I paid a little bit extra, of course, for an ample space because my electromagnetic waves tend to radiate at a more quantum energy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You've used quantum twice in the first minute, and I'm not sure.
Does that mean you get really, with all that quantum energy going on, your Wi-Fi must never go out?
Oh, yes, never, not once. My Wi-Fi is absolutely phenomenal. You'll notice the crispness of this call as we do it will be on a consistent plane. The identity of my Wi-Fi will be mirrored by the transmagnetic radiation upon the call. So you'll see that very clearly.
Wow. Yes. Well, Deepak, we were so surprised to see that you're in the building and so grateful that you have time to talk to us today. Tell us a little bit, you're a healer, you're spiritual, and yet you're a doctor and
philosopher.
Things.
Yeah. Exactly. My expertise tends to be quite macro conscious in a sense, because not only do I bring in my expertise as an MD, but also my expertise in the spiritual realm, which is why I wanted to come on here. I have apartments all over the world, really, including here. And I wanted to impart to your lovely viewers, to yourselves, some clarity. This is a time of great tumult, a time of great muddled consciousness. And so I'm here to just give you clarity, some simple, clear things that your viewers can enact, that you can do at home, things that will really cut through the fog of our quantum confusion to give you quantum clarity. That is my mission.
Well, this is just what a dream come true, because we could all use some clarity, quantum or otherwise. Please enlighten us. Tell us what we can do.
Sure, of course. I have a lot of advice, things you can do at home right now, for example, for viewers, right? Just to attain some more simplicity and clarity at a time of fogginess, right? One thing you can do if you're home right now, in the absence of a conscious vocation, remember that the moon remains a radically ambiguous and ceaselessly flowing quantum soup. That's one thing you can do.
Sorry. I'm sorry. What you're saying is the moon is the moon.
Yes.
And it's soup.
And you could eat soup?
Mr. and Mrs. Bright, I did not realize you had some spiritual training yourselves. You're very adept.
Oh,
excellent! You are meditators, yogis.
Moon soup.
Very good.
I like that.
That's right.
Moon
now,
soup. Okay.
Of course, if moon soup is a little beyond your speed, and you just want some simplicity, some ease in your life with clarity, remember that in this absence of a clear pathway to electromagnetic consumption, you can also enjoy your true identity inside its natural doorway to the quantum infinite. And if you don't have that, then remember that transcendence will reflect the doorway to your energy. Very simple.
So we should have a light around our door, kind of.
Does this have to do with earthquakes, where you stand in the doorway? If
I've heard you're not supposed to stand in the doorway.
Oh, is that not true?
It's a triangle theory.
It's true. I once stood in a doorway during quite a large earthquake in San Bernardino. And yes, it was a lot like that Buster Keaton film where the whole house collapsed around me, but the doorway remained around me. So take from that what
So I'm noticing some would say, I like that you have a poetic and an esoteric way of looking at the world. Some might say it's decadently vague, and that might be one of the things that could be attributed to your success.
Interesting. I have heard this completely nonsensical accusation before from out of the scientific community. I definitely take exception to that description. Nothing that I say is vague in any sense. What I'm going for is scientific simplicity, scientific truths, Occam's razor, as it has been called, because all I'm trying to do is deconstruct the karmic observations from one's own ultraviolet subjective sensation. And if that is too vague, then I'm afraid some people just don't have a hologrammatic connection to the alternative vacuum.
Right. Well, I'm definitely following everything you're saying because I'm a very spiritual person. And I was just going to say, if any of our viewers want to write in with a question for Deepak Chopra, I mean, what are the chances you'll ever get to do this again?
And that would be my dream.
And he can answer right here. How exciting.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Why did you have an apartment in San Bernardino?
Well, as you know, the San Bernardino fault is located rather close to a lot of the Earth's transcendental electromagnetic frequencies. And since consciousness is only a quantum hologram of information traveling through the fault, I wanted a place that was near said fault. And in addition to that, there is a pretty cheap school district in that area.
Oh, that's great. So it's kind of the zip code, really. We have a question from Twitch Baby. You probably get this a lot. What is the key to happiness? I mean, let's start right out of the gate. We'll start with a big one.
Wow, that is a big one indeed. Well, all happiness is, and pay attention to this, is an overthrow of the climactic overthrow of the superstition of materialism. Now, if you can climactically overthrow your materialism, instantly you will find that your objective chaos, through a climactic hologrammatic overthrow, will have a Scooby-Dooby, tiddly-pom-pom, curb your enthusiasm, and you will be happy in the larger sense. Namaste. Next question.
Wonderful. Okay. It felt like at the end there were couple of words just kind of strewn together. That's what some people could think. It seemed like you were just almost even reading words off to the side and putting them together.
Do you have a Scooby-Doo and a Larry David poster in front of you?
Come on, you think I'm just looking around and saying things that I see in the room, and that's how I come up with my grand spiritual proclamation? That is quite an accusation, Mr. Bright. I don't know how you would say that.
I don't consider. No. It was a curiosity.
All I am doing is communicating through my own quantum laptop screen about desk large lamp that has has a way of curbing one's enthusiasm in the face of a bald Jewish comedian that will eventually lead to transcendence through one's. I am looking at my phone, and that is what I have to say about that.
Are you watching Curb Your Enthusiasm right now?
I mean, it happens to be on nearby, but it's not me watching it. It's just someone else is watching it in the house. It's a fine show. I do have roommates. Yes, yes, I do. It is, right now one of those times when it's nice to have somebody around the house, and so I moved in with a young gentleman named Rusty.
Oh, Rusty. Oh, we know Rusty.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like one of those middle-aged guys that still skateboards.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, all the
this
time.
is an interesting one.
Couple
this
of
is
questions,
more of a secular question. I'm gonna jump to this one, and we can jump around, Robin, if that's okay. Mickey. Which trilogy is better, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Wow. Now that is a hard one, as everybody knows. Lord of the Rings deals with questions of one's own identity, of finding the good within the evil, finding the evil within the good. It is about a journey. And of course, we are all on a large spiritual journey. Nature has led us on this electromagnetic quest of our own in order to alleviate the consciousness that is keeping our non-local correlation to the electromagnetic field. Now, given that that is the case, Star Wars is very, very different, because Star Wars has a little robot guy who goes So to me, it's a much more funny and fun trilogy.
So Star Wars. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's see. I've heard of quantum mechanics. Is this the practice of bringing spiritual harmony to one's car?
This is the practice of, oh, I see. It's an intriguing question.
It is.
Sounds to me like a lot of word salad that this person is spewing, almost stringing sort of vaguely scientific terms together. So
That's very interesting that you would say that, because some might say pot, this is the kettle, that thing that people do. You're saying you're doing what you're saying they're doing what you're actually doing.
Pot. Are you accusing me of smoking some pot before I do these sessions? And then that's what it sounds like. You're saying that I picked up a pipe that happens to be nearby and put it right.
It looks like a very specific, interesting.
I see.
Okay. I just want to see if you can I'm just curious if you can answer a straightforward question.
Yes, of course.
If we were at a restaurant right now.
Yes.
And I said, oh, they're out of salami.
Yes.
You could either have turkey or pimento instead.
Yes.
And it's just
very
simple. You just one or the other.
You have to answer.
What would you say?
I would say, waiter, kindly bring me the carbohydrate manifestation of 2 loaves, either moist or solid, wrapped around the essence of an animal's viands, communicated through their non-local correlation in the form of sliced body parts of these animals that provide a natural doorway to the essence of protein-based consumption. And then I would not leave a tip.
Oh.
Because I came for a specific thing. Now, if they don't provide that, I don't like the tip.
That's fair.
Interesting.
That's fair.
That reminds me of the Reservoir Dogs opening scene.
Right.
Steve Buscemi's like, I don't tip. I'll tell you why I don't tip. Fuck that,
Yes, I love that film.
That's
love
good.
that film.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When he cuts off the stuck in the middle with you, cuts off the ear.
Yeah. Oh, cuts the guy's ear. Who could forget that scene?
Oh, that's surprising that someone as spiritual as you would enjoy that kind of violence, enacted on screen.
Yeah, it's also weird. I heard you say that you feel like Tarantino doesn't use the N-word enough in his films.
Yes, if I have one criticism of him, it is that he could turn it up a little bit more, for sure. A little more violence, a little more racial slurs. I think he would be a much finer filmmaker,
Wow.
One of my favorite comedians is Michael Richards, but only in that one performance.
Oh, just in that one performance, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, funny guy.
Wow.
Okay. We have a couple more questions here.
We've definitely been asked boxers or briefs a couple of times, so I think we're going to need to find out.
Oh, yeah.
Boxers or briefs? I would have to say boxer briefs.
Oh, okay. So that's the single clearest answer we've gotten so far.
But not one of the choices.
Right. Well, it's simple. It's not, let me make it even simpler, I guess. The reason I say that is because all things are 3 things. And since all things can be 3 things, when one thing is transcended into the next thing, what you end up having, of course, is a dinner with Leon. And then Leon says a few things. Thank you.
Oh, curb your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So we have to wrap it up soon, but I'm just curious. Do you find the people that you've dated or your wife, do they get frustrated a lot when they
or your children?
Your children, they try to get a straight answer out of you.
And how does Oprah handle it?
Oh, because I have. Do you mean just because I have been interviewed by Oprah, or? Oh, okay. I thought you thought maybe because our names are similar, we are somehow related, but we're not actually. A lot of people think that.
Really?
Oh,
no.
Yes, a lot of people think that. Anyway, yes. It's a challenging thing in my personal life sometimes, I won't lie. When one is so connected to source, when one has such a objective spirit about the vacuums of potentiality, immediately other people who aren't connected to those vacuums find that the infinity within one's non-stuff can get in the way of stuff. And because of that, what I find in my relationships is that I have to rely less on the simplicity of one's true communication of unbridled space-time events and sort of rely more upon other such things such as, money. Yes.
So how many times have you been divorced then?
6 times so far. But I'm in the middle of another divorce right now, as well as an emancipation custody struggle. But that is why what I would encourage your viewers to do is, if they feel it in their hearts, my Venmo is at Deepak-Chopra1. And I'm taking any sort of things that will help deconstruct this karmic sensation right now.
So Deepak Chopra was taken.
Yes. Yes, that's right. Apparently there is a Tupac Shakur imitator who called, he's like a deep Tupac Shakur guy.
I see. Okay.
Yes. So
that does seem, now that I hear that, I would love it. I'm not going to ask you to do it now, but I would love Deepak Shakur to do a Tupac Shakur cover at some point.
Oh, I have done one. It was quite popular, actually. Yes. Flossing on my enemies. Sipping on this Hennessy.
That's amazing. I feel like we've got to end it there. What better place to end it? We have so many questions, but we'll end it there.
What an honor to speak with you, to hear you speak in what feels like circles. Right. Thank you so much for being here. Life is a circle, right? But life is a circle, right?
Life is a circle. Life is a mirror of unbridled circularity within one's own objective quantum. I see I'm being...
Yeah. Oh, and he's gone. Ooh. I feel ripped out and torn up and exhausted.
Asunder, yeah.
And that means we had a good show.
That does mean we have a good show. And that is our show. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
I can't believe it. Let's thank our wonderful guests, Janitra Toll, John Gemberling, Lennon Parham, Gary Anthony Williams, Giling Nisim, and Dhruv Uday Singh.
And of course, our wonderful producers, Rob Bowen and Amy Ruffle.
Yes. Our tech, Griffin Davis. Yes. And Luke and Dale, who are moderators for our wonderful chit-chat happening. Thank you to everybody watching and chit-chatting with us.
Our next show is on 7/11 for your convenience. The guests will be announced soon. We do have a special. We're working on a very cute, tiny guest. That's all we're going to say right now. But thank you all for your comments. Thanks for you for viewing. Again, check our website for ways that you can get involved in some Black Lives Matter issues and programs and campaigns. That's what I was looking for.
And also some people you can follow on Instagram.
That's right.
To really, diversify your feed and find out new ways of doing things and helping and just really cool people.
Do something with your life.
Just please.
Get it together. All right. So anyway, I don't understand why people don't get it together.
Well,
you got to do the work,
Well, it's how we were talking about you and your allergies.
That's absolutely right.
You do get to a real doctor.
But the way I do the work is I go to an animal